Hey everyone, Shane Paxton here. Hey, Leah made a really good post earlier about that plugin that allows you to use different themes on different parts of your site, and that's a great idea. But there is some issues with that. Actually, I was going to give that to you guys, but I wanted to check it out because I knew there would be some issues to go along with it, and really it's not worth it. I want to show you a better way to do things. Now, the other day I made a post in our group saying that AssociatePress is perfect for to use with a plugin like Empire Builder, which I promoted earlier, George's plugin, and you'll see why in just a little bit. But if you don't have if you didn't get Empire Builder from George, I'm going to show you a way. It's a little bit technical, but I'm going to show you a way to do this. The reason why that I'm taking the time to do this is because the way AssociatePress is, it can do many different things, and for different parts of AssociatePress, you may want to be using different themes. Like, for example, if you're posting Amazon products, you may want to make a store. Well, that's going to require a certain kind of theme. The other part of the site is more about content, and you want to use a different theme setup for that particular content. So what I'm going to do here is go through setting up basically what I recommend that you do. Okay, so here we are in the cPanel. Now, when you're doing this, keep in mind that this needs to be on your main domain. So right now, we're not going to be working with a subdirectory or a subdomain. Okay, this is going to go, we're going to be installing a site on your main domain or yourdomain.com. Okay, so let's get started. And this is what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and install a fresh WordPress on this domain. Okay, now most of you know how to install WordPress, so I'm going to pause the video while I do this part. Remember, if you're using Softculus or any other kind of, well, especially Softculus, you want to make sure and delete this where it says in directory, unless you are meaning to do that. So I'm going to delete that. We're putting it on the main domain. Okay, so I got WordPress installed. I'm not even going to go to the site right now because I need to do a couple of things. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into File Manager, and we're going to click go. Now, one thing that you will need to do is check the box that says show hidden files, because here in just a little bit we're going to be working with your htaccess file. Okay, so we're going to click go. Now again, backing up just a little bit, we're working in your cPanel. Your hosting provider gives you the login or access to your control panel that controls all of the domains that you have attached to your hosting account. Okay, so here we are in the File Manager. This is called the File Manager. We're in the public HTML. Public HTML is another word for saying you are in your domain.com. Okay, public HTML means your domain.com. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we need to go and find our wp-config.php. Okay, we need to edit this or add some code to the wp config file. This is very, very easy. So, you know, if it sounds technical, it is, but it's easy. So don't get overwhelmed with it. What we're going to do is make sure it's highlighted. Okay, and we're going to right click and click edit. Okay, and we're going to click edit again. Okay, so when your config file comes up, you need to scroll down. Okay, just scroll down here until you get to where it says that's all, stop editing. Okay, put your cursor right here behind this line. Okay, right behind it, and press enter. You just want to go down to the next line. Now I'm going to give you some code to paste in here. Okay, it's a very simple 2 lines of code to paste here, and it's below this video. Okay, once you've pasted that code that I give you here, right below the that's all, stop editing, all you need to do is go and click Save Changes. Okay, so what we need to do now is log into our WP admin. Okay, so we've logged into our admin. Now, keep in mind, fresh installation of WordPress, no plugins, no custom themes or anything is uploaded at this time. We don't want to do anything just yet. At this point, we're going to go over to where it says Tools, okay? And now we're going to go to Network Setup. Now, it's going to give you 2 options as far as creating new sites, okay? Subdirectories, it's going to be on subdirectories by default. Now, you can create subdomains, but here's the thing. If you create subdomains, you're going to have to go and create DNS zones for each subdomain that you create. Okay, the whole reason why we're doing this is because say you're using AssociatePress on the site and you want your home page to be your store, okay, and you want a different page of your site to be a content page using a different theme, okay. That's why we're doing this. So we're going to leave it on subdirectories. It gives you an example, okay. So it's your site / site1 / site2, okay. Site 1 may be your store, okay. You may be a store using AssociatePress Amazon product poster using the store theme. Site where it says site 2 here, it may be your blog or article site, okay. Now, network details. Your network title. This is going to be the title of what you want to call your network of sites, whatever you want to call it. It's not that big a difference. It's just for you, okay. Then you're going to put in your admin email just like you would normally, okay. It's going to give you some information up here, okay. Right now, don't worry about this, okay. Don't worry about this until here in just a minute. Most of the time, you'll be fine, then everything will be already set up for you. Now we're going to click on install. Next, it's going to give you a page that looks like this, and what it's asking you is that you need to make a couple of changes, okay, to your htaccess file and your WP config file, and we can do that, okay. So what we're going to do is copy this information right here, okay, copy that to your clipboard, and we're going to go back over to your WP config file that we worked on just a second ago, okay. Now down here where it says that's all, stop editing, we're going to put our cursor at the end again and just press enter and go down one line, and we're going to paste what we just copied in here, and we're going to click save changes, okay. That takes care of that. Now it's asking us to make a change to our htaccess file. Now we have to be careful when we're doing this, but if you really pay attention to what you're doing, you shouldn't have any problems, okay. So here's our htaccess file. Every time you install WordPress, WordPress installs a certain htaccess file for every WordPress site. All we're going to be doing is adding some information to it, or updating what is already there. So here's what we need to do. We are just going to copy this to our clipboard, okay. You want to make sure you don't copy any extra spaces or anything like that, okay. And so we're going to go back to our file manager, we're done with your WP config file, so we can close that out. And next we're going to go to our htaccess file, okay. We're looking for this file right here, okay, htaccess. We're going to left click once and right click and click edit. And next we're going to click edit one more time. And here is the default WordPress htaccess file, okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to overwrite this particular information, okay. So what we're going to do is just paste right over that, okay. So now we got the new rules, okay. You want to make sure that there's no spaces after this, okay. So if that's not a space, then just put it back. Okay, so once you have this information in, paste it over that, okay, make sure to click Save Changes. Okay, now we need to test and make sure that we did everything right, and we're going to have to log back into our, okay, so let's log back. Okay, if everything was done right, if you look up into the left part of your screen, you'll see where it says My Sites, Network Admin. This is where your network admin is, where you can create new sites, and control themes and plugins, okay. Now Empire Builder does more than just this, okay. So this is what Empire Builder does, but it does more than this. But this is going to help us do what we want to do, okay. So now we can go to our dashboard or sites. If we want to create a new site, we can do that. We can click Add New, okay. Now here's our main site, right. Let's say that we want to let's say we want to make this part of our site all articles and blog, okay? And we want to put our store, and we'll put our store on where it says My Sites, My Blog, okay? Okay, so let's just do that first. Under My Sites, we're going to go to our dashboard here. Okay, so this is your main site. Let's say we wanted to make our store on this site. Well, this is where we'd bring in the bonus theme or whatever theme you want to use. If you wanted to use AssociatePress, this is where you would upload the bonus theme. Okay, you would upload AssociatePress and do, all the normal stuff that you've been doing. Okay, put the store here, and let's say you wanted to use the other part of AssociatePress to use the templating and make articles. Well, you would go to your network admin and create a new site for that. And let's say we want to put this as our blog. Okay, well, this is my blog, my new blog, and we'll put in a new admin email. Okay, and we can just add, I forgot, you can't use blog. Okay, so you can't use blog. You have to change this to whatever you want to name it. So not use blog. So you got the site added. Now you can go to that dashboard, or you can edit the site. Okay, and this is how you can use different parts of AssociatePress to either do a store or an article type site. Okay, and have everything working the way you want it to. So now if you go to my sites, my blog, or your network, and go look at site. Okay, here's your main site. Okay, the slash means this is your main site, and here is the site part of your site that's called articles. Now, since this is a complete site by itself, you can choose any theme for it. So now we can go to our main site. Okay, we could put our store here and the articles on the other part. You can put articles here, so we can go to that dashboard and add whatever theme we want for this site. Okay, so if you need to go through the video a couple of times to see, you can just go through it, take your time, and you'll be able to do this, and you'll figure it out pretty quickly. Now, I'll put the first part of the code that you need to add right below this video. Okay, guys, thanks.